Hey guys, welcome back to Simply Cheyenne. And today I'm going to be doing another back to school video for you guys for my new theme, as you should know by now. And today I'm going to be doing what I love and hate about going back to school. So I have 5 things for what I love and 5 things for what I hate, and I'm just going to be telling you guys a bit about what I love and hate about going back to school. But before we get started, click like to see more videos like this. Comment down below what kind of back to school videos you want to see me doing in this new theme. And if you haven't yet or are new to my channel, subscribe to be a member of my YouTube family. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so I'm going to start with the things I love about going back to school first. So the first thing I love about going back to school is just school in general. As I talked about how much I love school in my back to school Q&A video, so make sure to go check that out and hit that big thumbs up button. But anyway, let's get back to this video. Yeah, so I love school in general, and I think like going back to school's the whole point. So like, it's one of my favourite things about going back to school is just going back to school, you know. I love it. It's one of my favourite things about going back to school is school. The second thing I love about going back to school is to see your friends again, obviously, and catching up with them, seeing how their summer holiday went. I love when you walk into the school gates and you see your friends walk in, or they're already in there, and you just like run up to them and give them a big hug, and you last like the whole day just talking about how your summer holiday went and how much you've missed them. Some of you see your friends in the summer holidays, but I don't, since I'm really busy. The third thing I love about going back to school is when you get good teachers for lessons, because I think when you get a good teacher for a lesson, it makes the lesson more bearable or maybe more enjoyable, and you know, you kind of like, I find when I get a good teacher, I enjoy it a lot more. Even if it is my favourite lesson, if I have a bad teacher, I'll still love the lesson, but it doesn't make it as enjoyable as it should be. So when you get a good teacher, I think it's more enjoyable and bearable sometimes. The fourth thing I love about going back to school is the first day back. Some of you think, yeah, well, duh, because you get to see your friends. You've already told us about seeing your friends. That's already been one of the things you love about going back to school. But that's not really one of the reasons why the first day is one of my favourite things about going back to school. It's because unless you're in year 7, you don't go back to school till halfway through the day, because the year 7s get half the day to basically settle in and, you know, without all the big kids there and intimidating them, I think, like induction day. At my school anyway, that's what we do, and I think that's kind of good because you don't have to get up early on the first day. It's like, oh, come on, it's the first day, can I have a lie-in? No, you get to have a lie-in, get up when you need to, and when it's around 11 o'clock, maybe, you know, 11, depends what time it is for your school, you just get up and go to school, and like, it's kind of good because I don't really like going to school really. The last thing I love about going back to school is going to my favourite lessons, because during the summer holidays I haven't had the opportunity to do my favourite lessons such as art and English. So when I go back to school, I get to go back into those lessons. I just love going back to those lessons because it's just yes, I've got them back. I get to do my favourite lessons. It's just one of the favourite things about going back to school. It's go back to your I get to go back to my favourite lessons, do them again. It's just one of the things I enjoy most about going back to school after summer, because during the summer, as I said, I can't do them. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the 5 things that I hate most about going back to school. Okay, so the first thing I hate most about going back to school is when you get a bad teacher. I hate getting bad teachers. I know I said that I love getting good ones because it makes the lesson more enjoyable, but I absolutely hate getting bad teachers, as you can kind of tell. Otherwise I would have said, yeah, I love getting bad teachers. Like, who does that? No, I hate getting bad teachers. It's one of the worst things. It makes the lesson not as enjoyable as it should. The second thing that I can't stand about going back to school is when you get a new seating plan, because you could be sitting in the best seat ever for the whole of last year, and then when you go back to that lesson and go, yes, I'm going to go sit down at my seat now, miss. No, stand at the back of the classroom, I got a new seating plan, and you're just put in the worst possible seat. Some of you can disagree with that and say, no, what if you get a bad seat for the whole of last year and then a really good one? That could be one thing that you love about things. But that never ever happens to me. The third thing I hate about going back to school is when you get a new timetable. Because at the moment, for last year's timetable, we had on like Monday, we had DT, drama, English, art and PE, and they were like the best lessons ever. They were so fun. You didn't really have to learn anything, and English is one of my favourite lessons, but some of you guys can disagree with that, but to me that's like the best day ever, and I just know that when I go back to school I'm never ever going to get a chance to have a good day like that ever. Yeah, getting a new timetable really annoys me just because I get used to my old one, and then when I have to get a new one I'm like, oh, but I like that day better than that day. Can I quickly maybe just change them over or something, just because it really annoys me, you know, just getting a new timetable. Some of you may love getting a new timetable, but for me, when I get in the routine of this timetable, I don't like getting out of the routine of this timetable, especially when I have a good day in there and not a good day in that one. The fourth thing I hate about going back to school is when you get a bad teacher for a favourite subject. And now I'm talking about bad teachers again, but this is kind of like different in a way. But yeah, I hate getting bad teachers for my favourite subjects because it just ruins the whole subject for me. Because last year I had a terrible teacher for my English, and I love English, and the whole time the teacher just shouted, and I don't really like getting bad teachers for my favourite subjects because they're my favourite subjects. Well, I can't get a good teacher, please. And the last thing I hate about going back to school is when you're put in the wrong set, because our lessons in my school are paired up. So maths will be paired up maybe with Spanish and French, and science and art. Don't ask me how these are paired up, but anyway, if someone got a bad grade in, I don't know, science, and it's paired up with art, and they get put in bottom set for science, they'll be put in bottom set for art. Even if they're amazing at it, they'll be put in bottom set for art because they're in the bottom set for the lesson that is paired up with it. And science you get tested on, and science determines, so basically the higher lesson determines what lesson you're in for the one it's paired with. So I don't really know how this works and how they get that kind of idea, because if you're good at this lesson surely you should be at the top for that, but bottom for something you're not good at. But my school's a little bit weird and it just pairs it up. I don't really know how they pair that up, or you know, they should do an exam for every lesson and that's what you put in, but that's not how it works. And I get really annoyed when I get put in the bottom set for something I'm really good at, and it just ruins it because you're taught something that you already know and treated like a baby, depending on what set you're in, and you're taught the things that you already know and at the standard you're not at, and it gets really on my nerves because I'm like, I'm not in this set, I know this, I understand this, can you teach me something a bit higher leveled, otherwise I'm never going to succeed, you know, like it really gets on my nerves. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!